tips on how to deal with panic attacks. I'm speaking to you not just as an educator or a mental health professional, but also someone who has dealt with panic attacks, on my own. Tip one, understanding. I've learned that the best way to deal with anxiety is to understand the condition itself. And specifically with panic attacks, I have to understand that it's a fight or flight response. It's a response to danger or perceived danger. So if I understand that that's what's happening to me in the moment, then I know not to overreact or connect it to a physical response, to think I'm like about to die or have a heart attack or something. Be still, which is the second tip, which is easier said than done. But the more we're not still and we move around and connect the mental aspect of the panic attack to something physical, and the more we fight it, the worse it will become in that moment. So the more we flip out like, oh, I'm having a panic attack, or if we're connecting it to our heart pounding, oh, I'm having a heart attack, it'll get worse in that moment. And understand that if we're still, at least understand that's the first step, that it'll pass. Tip 3, breathe. I know it sounds cliche, but breathing is truly the way to recenter your mind, recenter your body. Deep breaths in and out slowly. Focus on your breathing. It sounds very cliche, but trust me, breathe. Why do you think like when, during labor, moms are breathing? They're centering themselves when they're dealing with that type of pain. So breathe. Tip 4, remember, it will pass. Even though in that moment of a panic attack and that high anxiety, it feels like it's the end of the world. You can't really feel the amount of time that has passed, but it will pass. And if we're kind of like aware that it'll pass, even if we're feeling those physical ailments, those physiological ailments of the panic attack, if we know that it'll pass, we can avoid feeding into it and making the feeling worse for the moment. Yes, tip 5, understanding your triggers. For me, a trigger is working excessively, not resting, not getting enough sleep, not exercising, not praying, not meditating, not walking through the park, things that are relaxing. So if you understand your triggers, I'm sure it'll reduce your chances of having a panic attack. I'm not saying that it will eliminate it, but it will keep you in a better state of maintenance and centering yourself to avoid those full-blown panic attacks, which I haven't had in a while, but I still have to maintain my anxiety. Understand your triggers.